What's up, fellow clashers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you a war recap because we took on a random match. It was actually a fun match of a farm clan that used a lot of internet bases, some anti-3, but a lot of internet bases. So I wanted to show you a lot of the recap because I think it's bases that you guys run across all the time. Real quick, just to show you, they used almost all their attacks. So I think their clan name is Beloved Baghdad, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see they have clan level 10, 226 wins from Iraq. So let's jump in. We got plenty of attacks to show, and we're going to start with Town Hall 10 action. Our number 4 going against their number 3, and with Max Expos, I think Max Expos. I'm not sure if they're level 3 or 4, but we've got Inferno Towers, a whole bunch of stuff. That cool ring base or whatever you want to call it. I think PB did a special of how to beat this base. The one thing that makes it a little easier, it's not a simple base, but what makes it easier is that the walls are so low that allows high level 10 troops to eat through these walls real quick. Queen is being obstinate on the queen walk slash charge, does not want to go into that compartment, so she'll walk around, and he's still got a couple more wall breakers to break in on this side. So if she doesn't want to go into the top left wall or compartment, she'll go into this one. So we've got her going into the northeast compartment, drops a rage to go ahead and speed her up and to be able to tank those two expos. I think they're set to ground if I'm not mistaken. And another thing that helps here is the fact that their royals are so low. I think at 10 and maybe 12 or something like that. That golem is going to just go ahead and take a pounding, unfortunately, and finally he's going to get some support by his friends. They needed to do the funneling to get those bowlers and king in there. They will be faced with against a myriad or an army of balloons, a balloon parade with nothing to hit air, which is not the best situation or circumstance. Valks are sent in from the northeast corner. Nice drop, a nice freeze or use of freeze to get them through that core, and they are just pounding through this base. We've got the poison taking care of almost all the loons. There is still one rogue loon. Good thing is the king still has his ability. We've got a couple Valks up, but not too many. Queen is doing work on the bottom through with the healer, and then a couple bowlers are still alive, or at least one. Got some Golemite running around and a handful of hogs that are going to go ahead and help clean up these defenses while the Golemites are tanking. King finally uses his ability. I think that wizard is like, "Hey man, let me get you, balloon. This is not working out good." So he's just running around like crazy. I think, did you finally get it? Yeah, no, he doesn't even get the balloon. So it's time for the queen to go ahead and step in there. One shot the balloon, it goes down, and we are in cleanup mode right now. So very cool way to start us off. T5 getting a 6-pack this war. All right, let's start in with some Town Hall 9 attacks. We're going to do number 9 first, and we are going to go ahead and check out GoBoLaLoon with a hero archer queen in this one. So we've got 26-25 heroes, or 25-26, and we've got two golems, a shattered entry here, doing funneling on the top and the bottom, getting some of those free trash buildings. Golems not taking too much damage with a couple point defenses, and the king is not aggroed, so easy wall break in without any problem. Very, very nice funnel. Look at everything goes in there. King, bowlers, golems, everything's going into that core. Drops a jump, has 2 rages and a heal. Clan Castle comes out. They like to use max loons, which is not bad when it drops their bombs on your kill squad, but it's easily negated with poison to slow them down and slow their attack speed. So tripping giant bombs through this core. King uses his ability, goes down, and then we've got Queen that's going and taking out some of the buildings. She takes a jump, still has her ability, and we've got some lava hounds that are not even deployed. I like the use of these loons without having to deploy the lava to deploy the hounds. Look at they're just taking care of these defenses. The only thing I do not like about is at this point when they finish those defenses, you see where they're going to go next. He needs to deploy that lava hound like right now because he's going to use a haste in just a second. and they're going to get taken out by these air defenses. They're tanking for the Lava Hound, which is the exact opposite of what you want to have happen. So the Lava Hounds are deployed. Queen uses her ability. She takes out the third air defense, and check this out. She is down, gets down to almost a sliver of health. Just about there we go. She's got nothing and does her heroic taking out that last air defense. Not that the only thing is there's no loons to really help this lava hound out. So if that queen did not take out that air defense, I believe it would have gone down, and those that air defense probably would have taken out the rest of the balloons. So that queen, with her little bit of life left, saved that raid. So we'll go ahead and speed this up as there's only a few defenses left, and now we've got a full Lava Hound that still has not popped, and we've got a handful of loons that are going to go ahead and make their way through the race with those Lava Pups and the heroic Queen. Very cool way to start off our Town Hall 9 attacks. So let's just jump down one to another attack, GoBoHo. And we're going to check out, this is probably one of my favorite attacks, just because this is such an old school base. We're so used to anti-threes and all those different compartments and weirds. This one is, I don't even know how old this is. It is just an old design, but all of the defenses are pointed for that core. Everything is just, once you get into that area of the town hall, there is just a sea of death of point defenses. So we're going to go old school on this. We're going to do a stoned GoBoHo, and we're going to send in all the golems here on the bottom with some bowlers, but really nice funneling work before he sends those bowlers in. All that trash building is all taken out. Very patient on that. Finally trips the giant bomb, and each one of those corners there is one. The southernmost one is tripped. Drops the poison, drops the bowlers in there, and then drops the jump to get them to go push through this core. Has two heals and a rage. The rage is just used up right there, and it's really up to the queen and the bowlers and the golems to take care. Now this king is going to go ahead and try to bully the hog riders as they walk by, but the queen is not having that. She is going to get just a sight of that, and she is now really pissed off, so she starts shooting him, teaches what happens to bullies, and that king, boom, goes down, and those hog riders can continue to move around. He's deployed all his hog riders, but he still had two heals left. Uses that last heal, trips the giant bomb up in the corner, but standing in heals get all the way back up to full health, each one of them, and that golem was tanking for that Tesla for quite some time, and finally the hog riders put it out of its misery. Has a good amount of hogs left, 4 or 5 left, and they do hit that giant bomb, but it's just a little too late for this base. There's 2 hog riders left, and he's got queen and wizards cleaning up on each of the sides. So really like that attack. We hit this base quite a few times, at least 2, maybe 3 times. We're just not used to hitting those anti-2 bases. We really need to practice on it. Once you get it down, it's so easy to take, but you just got to get off of the queen walk type of mentality. Too many defenses, too tight. Another Gobo Holo, though. We haven't seen a Holo in a long time, and this one is an anti-3 type design. It might be an internet forum base that I'm not aware of, but it definitely is much more than anti-2. So using a shattered entry, that poor golem is used as a punching bag on the bottom, almost broken into golemites right now, but the funneling is done, and the bowlers have nowhere else to go but into this compartment at 3 o'clock. So very good job doing that funneling, and that's what makes this particular raid a success. Everything's going into that core, even that last straggler bowler. Another 6 loons in the clan castle. Queen is going to go ahead and take care of those in just a second. There she goes, helps out with that poison, and we've got a jump and a heal going down, and we still have another jump and heal. Uses those really nice loons on the back end. Look at that. Just doing work. They are going to get completely taken out by this air defense as they get into the range. There we go. But, you know, what are you going to do? King is still up, almost down with just a couple more hits. There we go. But the queen still has her ability, takes that jump, and is helping out with the Tesla farm. Look at all those bowlers. Still have 4 bowlers up, just doing tons and tons of wreckage into this base. And a lot of hog riders, just they hit that giant bomb and go springing, but still not enough to stop getting the 3 on this one. So very nice job, very nice attack. I don't know if this is your first war back, Big E, but we'd love to have you back, man. Really cool job. All right, number 12. Jake is going to go ahead and take out this ring base. Now, you guys have probably seen the design exactly like this, or at least very similar. The key is of the design of this base is to have your Valkyries or Hogs or whatever you have deployed to go ahead and run around the outer ring, all the while these Expos that are set to ground, they're just going to go ahead and have a field day with all of those troops running around the ring. So he's going to go ahead and take care of this with a Queen Walk VaHo. And he starts the queen here. What makes this base a little bit easier is the clan castle is very simply tripped, just 2 barbarians, very cheap units to go ahead and trip the full clan castle, and has 2 poisons to deal with them. So he's going to use a runway right here. There goes the 1 poison, and there goes the other. You want to make sure you get that poison real close to the queen with Valkyries and a baby dragon, because they get really, really near to it. But uses the ability, and I'm not sure he needed to use this rage right here, but it's better safe than sorry. And if you notice, for the rest of this queen walk, he's going to run into just 1-point defense at a time, so it's not a big deal to use that rage. He's got the funneling going in on the 3 o'clock and 1 o'clock compartment. And then he can go ahead and drop his Valks and his king in there in just a second. He's going to let the queen do her thing. Wants to make sure she gets a lot of that pathing cleared out. So just so those Valks have nowhere else to run but where he wants them to. And he wants them to run around the base. And he's going to use the Hogs to get into the core. So wall breakers go in. Valks all reroute. Very nice heal here over that giant bomb. That's exactly what you want to do. Unfortunately, the Valks go flying in this compartment here. Loses 2 Valks right there, but they're making their way down south, and the king is going to start banging into the wall. As soon as they get rid of that 4 o'clock compartment, he can send the army of Hogs in there, has another heal just strictly for that core. There are no giant bombs in the core here, so all they have to do is just run around and just knock things down. So all 4 Teslas, quad Teslas in the core with those 2 Expos, and Hogs standing in heals are really no match, or the defenses are no match for Hogs standing in heals. So those Skelly traps, though, those are a match for them. Still, his queen is doing tons and tons of work on the top left of the base, and they're going to meet up with those Hogs. Healers know what's up. They switch right from the queen to those Hogs as they're pounding on the Skellies, and look how many Hogs we have left over. King finally pounds through that wall, gets the town hall, and everybody's cleaning up. Just a really sound hit by Jake. Very, very nicely done. Okay, number 15. This was one of those I was thinking about showing as far as a cleanup. Danker hit this base just really, really nice, and 97%. It just didn't have enough time with the cleanup troops to go ahead and get the 3-star, but it was really cool. Sly Moose just duplicated exactly what he did, and just held a couple troops back. Plus he has 30-30 heroes, which help, as well as Danker has 10-10 heroes. So we're using a stone hobo or boho, whatever, bowlers and Hogs. 2 of the golems go down, drops the wall breaker, and then drops the other one to go ahead and break through that wall. And still has 1 more golem. There we go. Sends us the 3rd golem in there. King, queen, and bowlers. Really good job funneling. They have got nowhere else to go but into that core. A really good jump to get them through that whole base. There we go with our 6 loons again. And we've got wizards, bowlers, king, queen, and golems coming into that core. Uses a rage to go ahead and start pushing through everything into here. Try Teslas into the core. There we go. Quad Teslas into that core. King is still up, uses the ability, and Queen is still up with her ability. Still not used yet. sprinkling hogs in from the top here, and it's just going to do a surgical while that kill squad is working its way around the top northern west part of the base. Tons and tons of hogs, no more spells, so they have got to do this commando. No spells to help them out. Sends those last little bit of hogs surgically in at the 7 o'clock compartment. Skelly traps are kind of a nuisance, but not enough nuisance to really do anything about it. So Queen finally uses her ability, and we have tons of hogs. Golem King is still up, although on life support, and Wizards, everybody's up. So I am up, but I want to go to sleep soon. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and move to number 18. 18, Scadius or Scadius. Interesting base design, another type of ring that's really funky. You gotta once you learn how to hit it, it's extremely easy to take out, but it's just about figuring out the right way. You don't want your golems or your giants or anything to start just running around the entire multi-layer of rings of this base. So we're going to show you how to hit this. Got the baby dragon going in on the bottom right, where the queen is doing a queen walk on the bottom left. And they're going to go ahead and start taking out and funneling for the kill squad that's going to be sent in just a little bit. Baby Dragon does tons of work there before it dies, and he's going to go ahead and send a hog in, which unfortunately does not get the full lure. If you're going to do that, just be careful of knowing where the skelly traps are. Skelly traps are what does him in here. So he would be able to move it to the next defense, except there we go with the skellies. So he gets one loon, sends a second hog in there that will go ahead and trip the rest of the clan castle, and runway poison is going to go ahead and take care of those loons. Actually worked out better because the queen will be able to easily dispatch this one loon by herself without using ability or rage, and then we're going to go ahead and move to the rest of the base. So that part is funneled. The top left is funneled, so it's time to go ahead and start sending in the kill squad. So he's got shattered entry of golems to start moving around the base. Now the only mistake he makes here is he uses an archer to take care of that the dark elixir drill and the gold mine on the bottom right. The king is going to get a little distracted, and he's going to start walking instead of moving into the core. Wall breakers go down, and the bowlers are sent in with a jump to go ahead right up the gut. The king is going to do his walk-in because there's just buildings for him to take out on the edge. So just not the perfect job funneling. It still works out though. Queen goes down, and all those healers go through the valley of death of all those air defenses. So it's up to this golem to go ahead and tank like a bazillion Teslas and max expos, which is not going to go very well for the golems. But the bowlers are going to help, along with those hogs who just run face plant right into that giant bomb. Uses the first heal a little premature, but the second one is spot on. So it's going to heal up those hog riders and some of those bowlers. King is doing his thing up top, uses the ability, and I think he's going to make it through the rest of the raid because that hero hog there is going to take out that cannon, or they're going to take it out together. There we go. Boom. On life support, but very nice. Hit that giant bomb at the end, and it's not enough to take them out, so they're going to go get that last mortar and then just clean up the rest of this base. So go ahead and watch that one again. I'm sure you guys will run into those type of bases all the time. The key of those ring bases is to do your own funneling. All right, just a few more. Excuse me. Let's go down to number 19. And we're going to do a cold-blooded GoBoLaLoon. So we usually show the ones with 2 hounds. I wanted to show this one because we're going to use 3 hounds here. So we've got baby dragons to do some funneling on the bottom. We've got just a cold-blooded, which means just one golem to go ahead and tank to help with the rest of the funneling there. Drops a wizard in there, which is really going to do nothing. And is going to go ahead and funnel up the top with wizards and minions. So the key is to get that funneling done correctly. Drops a jump there, no need to wall break in. We still have that spell factory. Finally, the wizard's going to get that down, and that means that these bowlers and queens they're not going to go ahead and walk. They're going to be pushed through that core, which is the key to the success. They're going to get both of these air defenses. And that's going to be enough to go ahead and let those 3 lava hounds take care of the rest. So they're going to start deploying those loons and lava hounds on the bottom. Sends 2 lava hounds to tank that first air defense, and a haste to go ahead and push these loons through to get to that first one. And then still has another lava hound for when this air defense goes down. There we go. Sends that last lava hound in from the top with loons right behind it. Air sweeper is a little problematic, but those loons go ahead and take that out, take care of the wizard tower, and we've got one more lava hound that needs to get popped. I think he has the remote control for it, because just as those loons get there, pop, there we go. Look at that, just can't ask for anything better. There are a few defenses on the bottom, but he does have back end loons. Just really cool job of holding that with the haste there too. Just very patient. It's the difference between, you know, the raid being ended or just being complete success. Being able to hold that, those like 10 or 12 loons go ahead and converge on that poor one last wizard tower, and it's just time to go ahead and watch all these tons of lava pups and loons clean up the base. Really enjoyed that attack, really nice. Alright, what would it be without one of my attacks? Going and doing a queen walk VaHo on this really funky looking base. I'm pretty sure this is an internet base. I've seen this millions of times. Not sure what it's called. All the Teslas are up in the top of that town hall compartment, but I'm using a queen walk easy clan castle lure there with just a simple hog, and I'll do a runway poison again to let those Valkyries, wizard, and baby dragons get in there. Now I'm pretty sure you cannot take 2 Valkyries, a baby dragon, and a wizard in a clan castle with a queen walk without using at least the ability or the rage, unless you just do the runway absolutely perfect and catch them coming in and out exactly when you want to. Tons of point defenses. I got 3 point defenses on me, and then an archer queen very soon. Now I have 4 point defenses, so that rage is instrumental. Using a baby dragon, getting a lot of value out of the baby dragon to start the funneling on the top left, and wizards to start the funneling on the bottom right. So we've got Valkyries coming in here. King is being dropped, and they're going to go ahead and the wall break in there. Almost gets the wall break done. Needs one smack. There we go, hitting that, and then they're going to go ahead and take a jump with a heal. And sending in some of the hogs surgically on the back ends while the kill squad is tanking. So I've got a couple more hogs sending in. Still have 9 more to deploy. And the healers are going to go ahead and switch off and start healing up on those Valkyries, and then switch back to the queen again. So got hogs going in from the top left to make their way through. The problem is I have no more heals, no more spells left, so they've got to push their way through, and I'm going to just get completely messed up here as they hit a spring trap. Boom, lose all 3 hogs there, which is going to be not a good thing for my attack. I'm going to lose the rest of my hogs here, so we'll speed things up. My king still has full health and his ability. Queen is full health without her ability, so use the king's ability there. It's got some wizards trailing up from behind, and somehow that expo gets locked onto the queen, the only royal that is not getting healed or has an ability. So we're going to go ahead and speed this up as the wizard and queen take care of that last expo, and we get the 3-star. All right, just 2 more to look at, and then we'll call it a wrap. Just wanted to show some lower bases, and we showed some 20-20 heroes, some 25-25, 30-30 heroes. Let's do some 12-11 heroes on a pretty decent base. I mean, the expos the expos are on level 2, and the ADs are only level some of them are town hall 8 level max. And we've got a shattered entry going in here. Wall breakers coming in at around 3 o'clock, and bowlers using that funnel. So everything is going in. The key to all the success of all these attacks is getting that funnel correct. I mean, that's half the battle right there. You'll see so much more successful raids when you go ahead and get that funneling the way it is. So take a couple extra troops, wizards, minions, baby dragon, whatever it is, to make sure you get the funneling the way it is. Because if you get 3, 4, bowlers that walk, it's worth its weight in gold to use those extra troops to make sure they don't could really destroy your raid, as we've had many of them like that. So we've got the lava hounds coming in, loons coming in on the behind them. Still one more low level air defense, which is not going to do hardly any damage to these lava hounds. I think that lava hound is pretty much full. So I don't think it's going to break anytime soon. It goes down. The queen takes that out. So now we've just got a full lava hound and some loons. There we go. Finally gets hit by a bomb, but it's not enough to even break it up. And there we go. The one more bomb that hits that poor lava hound, and it still does not pop. I think it has like 1 hit point left, but very nice job. GoBoLaLoon works great on lower level bases, as we will see in this last attack with Lady Chelsington doing another GoBoLaLoon. Look at those air defenses, lower air defenses. So we're just going to have a field day with this. Doing some funneling on the top and bottom. We've got golems, or on the bottom there. We've got golems, shattered entry, wizards doing funneling up top. We've got wizards funneling towards the bottom with that help in the minion. And we've got wall breakers to open up that 1 o'clock compartment. There we go. And then everything's rerouted. There's really nowhere to go for those bowlers, queen, king, except for right into that compartment. The bowler had a second thought. He was thinking about going somewhere else, but then he's like, nah, I'm going to follow the rest of this group. So, got those 6 loons. Look at that again. And we've got a jump going in there to push everything along. Enemy queen is going to go down pretty soon as that king finished with whatever he was doing. And he'll also go ahead and do a little job taking out that air defense. So we've got 2 air defenses. One of them is extremely low. Queen's going to go ahead and take the jump and help that bowler out. And then she's going to go ahead and start walking down. We've got loons coming in the 3 o'clock area. Just, working their way towards slowly but surely. The slow wins, the slow runner wins the race, or the whatever, however that expression goes. Slow and steady wins the race. There we go. That's what it is. Slow runners do not win races. Okay, so the lava hound is just kind of standing around now, doing nothing, as the air defenses are all down thanks to the bowlers and the queen. We've got tons and tons of loons that are in rage, that are going to be able to take out the rest of this base, with the hound leading the charge. And it's never going to pop, not in a million years, because there is nothing that's going to go ahead and hit it that's going to take it down energy. So we've got just loons on the back end, 2 pups down on the bottom. I think both the royals are down, but that's just fine. So that is it. Okay, a lot of war recap. I haven't done this in a while. That is semi-exhausting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed all these, some of these anti-3 and a lot of these forum bases, ring bases, how to hit them. Go ahead and share them with your clan members, clan mates. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and go ahead, practice the attacks. To use them in friendly challenge. Go ahead and hit them over and over again. Get used to the strategies of queen walks and shattered and stone entries, just so you get the feel of the timing. Timing is everything, and get used to the funneling too. So go ahead and get those 6-star clan wars, practice the friendly challenges, and get those 3-star attacks.